I'm just plain happy to see ya. This is Marketing with the Misses. And I am your adorable hostess with the mostest, Jennifer Bennett. I am the art director over here at Reformation Productions, a full-service marketing agency located in sunny, leaf-covered, autumn-colored Buford, Georgia. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am so exhausted from all of this election nonsense. The voting drama, to mail in or not to mail in, that was the question. The presidential and vice presidential debates that resembled the finger-pointing fights our kids used to get into with each other whenever the question is asked, which one of you guys did this? It was all Joey's fault. Donnie hurt my feelings, and Mikey's got a fly in his head, and Kamala, well, she started to tattle, but then she kept getting interrupted. I'm speaking now? Seriously, guys, everyone needs a timeout. Go to your rooms, and don't come out until you can all play together nicely. Donnie, put down the Twitters. Okay. But before we were so graciously entertained by the debates, we were subjected to all the advertising. In print, social media, on the radio, on TV, on billboards. I swear I saw John Ossoff in my shower. Go away! The election has come and gone, and yet it isn't really gone. It's still hanging out, like a house guest that won't leave. Emotions are high, and people are not quite through tearing each other's gullets out. But I think with so many things ripping people apart in the nation right now, we can all come together and collectively agree on one thing. We are all happy to see the end of the political advertising season. Yay! I don't know about y'all, but nearly everything in my mailbox lately is awkwardly oversized campaign mailers. Like, some of them are huge. Okay, and I have to admit, you guys, as soon as I get those mailers, I file them straight away in the trash. Oh, come on. I know I'm not alone here. I mean, how many of you honestly sit through an entire political ad that hijacks your YouTube videos about cats without frantically mashing the skip button like some kind of tiny game of whack-a-mole? Don't lie to me. Google knows. Google knows everything. Let's face it, we might look at the first few that come our way in the early part of the season, but then they seem just like an irritating waste of money, right? Or is it a waste of money? I'm asking like that because it's a trick question and I already know the answer to it. Okay, so one of the fundamental goals of marketing is to achieve brand recognition and ultimately preference in the marketplace, right? So how does one go about doing this? Well, by being brand consistent and by getting in front of your target audience so many times that they commit you to their memory. It takes a person between 6 and 9 times of being exposed to something for them to recognize it. And if you're being nice and brand consistent with every communication, people will start connecting those dots. They will start associating, even subconsciously, specific brand colors and images to that company or brand. So that means that these political marketing agencies know you are probably going to throw away some of the mailers or skip through some of those ads. But sooner or later, when you are alone in the polls and need to make a choice, you are more apt to choose a name that you recognize. Well, unless you know you don't want to vote for them. But with so many names on the ballot, especially when it comes to the local office elections, there may be some positions that we fail to research fully. And because of that, we don't really have a strong feeling either way. Well, we are more apt to vote for a name that we can remember. It's a gamble, but it pays off. There have even been movies made about doing this. Have y'all ever seen the super rad early 90s flick, The Distinguished Gentleman, featuring the one and only Eddie Murphy? If not, you simply must. The plot centers around a relentlessly charming con artist / hustler who figures out that the real money is in Washington, D.C., and decides to run for Congress. He wins the election because he has the same name as a very popular, long-standing congressman who recently passed away. Now, knowing about this late congressman, he uses name recognition to get elected. People tend to vote for the name they know. So his campaign motto was simply, Jeff Johnson, the name you know. Brilliant. As you can imagine, this tactic doesn't just work in politics, it works in business too. In fact, brand recognition and awareness are vital to your business success as well. But it's important to note that brand awareness and brand recognition are not the same thing, although people usually lump them together. Brand recognition is how the public, or your target audience, recognizes you in the marketplace. The colors, graphics, logos you consistently use create a familiarity and association to them. Brain facts! Humans tend to easily notice patterns. Our brains identify the patterns and searches for regularities. It loves it. Also, our brains love colors and assign a lot of importance to different color combinations.
Interesting.
See, every single color and color combination sparks psychological responses and emotional responses. And that link can be remarkably strong. Sometimes it becomes part of everyday vernacular. For example, you don't search for something online, you Google it. And when you sneeze, you don't reach for a tissue, you reach for a Kleenex. Sorry, Puffs Plus, but Kleenex rolls off the tongue just a little bit easier. Bless you! Brand recognition is powerful and great, but it's not enough. Just like the political mailers and ads, banking that your target audience will choose you based solely on the fact that they recognize you, that's a gamble. Merely putting your name or logo on something and placing it in front of your target audience between 6 to 9 times can be an expensive and time-consuming long game. Relying on recognition alone is just not enough. That's where brand awareness comes into play. Brand awareness is forging a connection with your target audience. Introduce yourself. Talk to them. Allow them the chance to get to know your brand and why they simply need to do business with you. Let them in by feeding their neurological desires for consistency and emotional connection. Keep in mind that on a daily basis, your consumer base is exposed to anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 messages issued by brands. And that does not even include the political ad season. So, not unlike our political campaigning friends, you have to do what you can to get recognized and build a relationship with them. It can make all the difference when it comes down to them making the decision to vote for or buy from you. What are you doing in your business to get recognized? What has worked for you and how did you build upon that? How are you making people aware of who you are as a company? All right, well, I am done with politics for the year, even though I know that it's not done with me. Seriously, this year just won't let up, will it? I mean, we recently just lost Sean Connery and Alex Trebek. I'll take what is a roundhouse to the pills for 1,000, Alex. It's so sad. But alas, we march on. If you need me, I like to hang out with the other cool kids on YouTube at marketingwiththemisses.com. Pop in and say hi to me. I love seeing a friendly face. And while you're there, like the video and subscribe to me. It helps me with my brand recognition, and it allows me to help and entertain more lovely people just like yourself. I hope you continue to have a productive and prosperous week and look forward to brighter days ahead somewhere at some point. Until then, my friends, stay healthy, stay positive, and get back to work. Bye.